Good morning. Welcome to Morning Mumblings and Me. It's Tuesday. Unfortunately, I didn't do one yesterday because unfortunately I wasn't in work. I spent from about 10 o'clock Sunday morning through till about 7 o'clock yesterday morning with a migraine. So yeah, really struggled Sunday. Not too sure why, but yeah, definitely like it was painful. A lot of my meds just didn't seem to cut it, unfortunately, and yeah, I just had to sort of ride it out. Sorry if you got a good video of my nose there. I was trying to get a look in, and I'm a little bit later in taking doing the video today, as sorry, I'm trying to figure out what that car was doing, as I've taken Taylor to the doctor's for his for some blood tests that needed to get done after he had some done from when he bashed his nose a couple of weeks ago now. So yeah, they came after he had those done. After he got those done, they came back sort of with some abnormalities, so we had a doctor's appointment a week later, and he wanted us to wait another week or so, so we've had them done today. So we'll see what happens with those. Keep forgetting I don't have rights to ask questions now, or ask when results are going to come in, because he's 17. So yeah, that's new. So I think Thursday Rob is off. I'm going to have to get him to go to the doctor's and just change the contact details on Taylor's medical notes. Taylor's going to have to go in and change them. We were going to do it this morning, but there was a gentleman that looked like he was going to take quite a while. So yeah, not feeling 100%, but certainly feeling 100% better than Sunday. Yeah, which, yes, it's not often I take a day off work because of migraines. I normally try and work my way through it. And I think if it hadn't been so long with me suffering on Sunday, I spent most of the night up and down trying to make sure I was hydrated, topping up on meds, trying to get comfortable. Yeah, I think if it hadn't been for that, I probably would have tried to go in yesterday and manage, but at the same time it's one of those that potentially by doing that I would have then struggled for the rest of the week. Sometimes I just need that day to not do anything and recover, and I forget that sometimes I need the day just to recover from having one of those. So yeah, on my way to work, hopefully get there for about 9, just after 9, and resume my normal duties. So Friday, I don't even know if I uploaded Friday's video, but Friday saw me take Taylor to the Lancashire trials. Unfortunately, he didn't get a place on the squad. That was announced, I want to say, Sunday morning via Facebook. Or certainly he didn't get it, not necessarily squad, because even the ones that have been chosen still aren't definitely squad chosen yet. They've just been invited to a development day. So yeah, Taylor still hasn't, Taylor unfortunately wasn't chosen, and neither were the other 3 lads from the rugby club. I do feel it's a bit, how do I put it, bias in the choosing. I think you should be able to nominate a child without them knowing what club they come from. A lot of Taylor's previous teammates were chosen, and do I believe that if Taylor had gone under that club name, he would have been chosen? Absolutely. Which is a shame. So yeah, such a shame. And I think that's probably the same for a lot of other people that attended, that actually they weren't really looked at. Maybe, I don't know. It's a real tough one. It was also really tough that in the position that Taylor plays, that the 20 minutes worth of games or whatever they had, there was no real opportunities for him to shine, and sometimes that's just the problem. Unfortunately. Yeah. Oh well. It was an experience. He tried it. He's not been fazed by it. It also means that this evening he's going to be given the opportunity to train with the seniors. Not that, well, I say the opportunity, Taylor's been training with the seniors at the rugby club most of the season, and partially last season, but he's going to be given the opportunity, I think, on the 2nd of May and the 9th of May now to play for the seniors, whereas initially, if he'd got into the Lancashire under 17 squad, he wouldn't have been able to play on the 9th because he's got a game on the 10th. So yeah, at least he'll end his season on the 9th with presentation afternoon and then a seniors game of rugby, which will be great. And then we'll have to see what happens from July onwards, when we know his C schedule. And once we know that, then that gives us further chances and opportunities, I guess. Yeah, not really sure what else to mumble about today. Don't want to do any whinging. Got my eBay sorted. They wouldn't let me add stuff. I'm now being able to add stuff. Something keeps... What's the noise? Keep hearing strange noises out the van. Not too sure what it is. But yeah, got my eBay sorted over the weekend, so I can now post things back on eBay. And did a bit of garage clearing, taking stuff out the garage, sorting it out, deciding if it's for rubbish, if it is something that I can make use of, and or if it's something that I can sell. So yeah, so that's all good. And from a few bits that I pulled out over the weekend, I have made a couple of sales. over the weekend and last night and this morning. So every little helps at the minute. Got a couple of things that not a couple, got a lot of things that I need to start collecting money for and saving money for, and yeah, need to get that sorted sooner rather than later. Got a couple of Sale Shark matches that we're going to go see in May. One of those we were going to have to miss, which was Sale Sharks against Leicester Tigers. We were going to have to miss that because it would have been one of the days that Taylor was due to play for Lancashire if he'd got fit into the squad. So hey, good things happen. So I do need to clarify that with his coach who's sorted out those tickets for us. And then I think we're at the last game of the season for Sale Sharks, which is in June, and that's against Bristol Bears. And then June starts leading on to July. We've got hopefully a Holland trip planned for going to Castlefest, which is a festival over in Holland. I've got an Airbnb booked, but I think I need to pay for that. I want to say June time. Can't remember when I need to pay for that, but I need to have it in my diary. So I need to start getting money sorted for that. And obviously that's for the Airbnb. Need to get a couple of extra tickets sorted and look at ferry crossings and everything else really. And that's right at the end of July. What else do I need to do? Then I need to start looking at more rugby tickets. Oh my goodness, excuse my nails. Oh my God, I've just seen that they caught the sight of them. I haven't managed to get to the salon this weekend, so they are going to have to wait till Saturday. So you're going to have to put up with them. And I know that's disgusting, but ultimately, I can't remember what it is. It's something. Yeah, got it caught. I have tried to clean it. It's not working. Yeah, so I'll keep them down here so you don't have to see them. Oh my goodness, very ashamed. And then yeah, and then in November we have 2 sets of tickets to Twickenham. We're going to go and watch the Japan game against England, and we're going to watch the All Blacks game. Oh my goodness, so excited for that one. So I need to sort out the costs for those, as well as accommodation for one of them, and I think we're looking at sorting transport because there's quite a few of us going to the Japan game. So we're looking at maybe getting a minibus or coach. We'll see what's on offer and what's the best price, but I do need to start looking at those prices ASAP and let the rest of the gang know. And there's about 25 of us going. So yeah, excited for that. The New Zealand one we're going to stay overnight for. We're going to go down Friday, matches on Saturday, and come home Sunday. So we'll drive to that because there is just 4 of us going. Or I've only got 4 tickets, should I say. So yeah, that's I've got the hotel booked, although it was really strange the last weekend or the weekend, at some point it just randomly cancelled it. I was like, oh shit, I've got to find, sorry for swearing, I thought I've got to go find somewhere to stay, like find some more accommodation. However, 48 hours it came back on. I think booking.com had a site breach or something had happened anyway, but all sorted now. What I'm probably best doing once I start getting some money in and other things have been paid for is pay for those sooner rather than later, so I can then make sure it's definitely booked. So yeah, lots going on. Glad to finally get some sales after my little ban on Vinted because I uploaded too many things. Keep trying to be careful about that actually, because obviously I want to upload items, then my account goes to the top, I believe that's how they look at it. So I want to do that, but then at the same time I don't want to upload too many that they go you're banned again. So trying to be careful. I think over the weekend I was quite strategic, trying to put some on in the morning, in the afternoon and the evening. So yeah, I think going forward, once I've cleared some space, I'm going to start taking pictures, putting them on my phone, which I didn't want to do because of the storage, putting them on my phone, and that's what I started getting into the habit of doing, putting items on all 3 selling platforms. So the ones that I'm currently using: Vinted, Depop and eBay. I've not sold anything on Depop. I don't know how popular it is, whether it's just the stuff that I'm selling, and obviously eBay I started off with, had a couple of sales. I've not sold anything recently, but again I wasn't able to upload any new items until this weekend, so that's been one of those. I'm hoping once the algorithms hit and I start uploading things regularly, then I will I'll be good. What's the hard part is the fact that trying to work out, I want to give people good prices, but I think they forget that yes, they're paying for postage, but they're only paying for the stamp. They're not paying for the, how do I put it, they're not paying for the box or the envelope or the label. That's all coming out of my pocket, so I'm roughly trying to calculate that whatever I put on, it can't be any lower than I need to make sure it has to be at a certain price, so I can at least break even. Now a lot of the items have just been, how do I put it, gathering dust in the garage or the house, and on those items I am very much sort of like, okay, I'm open to being haggled on those, or I know what roughly I'm willing to go down to, because ultimately I see it as the fact that some of those items, I've had them that long that they either cost me or they are previously used items. So yeah, it's one of those. Good part though, that with me being off yesterday, I was in my bedroom and I had seen, and Rob had seen apparently, that a couple of our neighbours had put their bins out, and I was like, they must just be getting them, like, be prepared. Maybe they're going on holiday or whatnot. Or I thought, oh, maybe they've got new bins. And actually, it was our new bin day. So luckily, with me being in, I managed to make sure our bin and the new food waste bin were taken. Now, I don't know who's watching these, I don't know where you're from, but certainly I know our local Facebook pages have been getting lots of how do I put it, lots of comments and regarding these new food waste bins, and yeah, what I don't think people realise is that that food was sat in the bottom of your black bin going mouldy. So what's the difference in it now being in a smaller bin? Once you fill up your tiny little bag, you put it in another bin that's lockable almost. It's got that, you move the handle and it sort of locks it shut. Now, people were saying, oh, it's going to smell and everything like that. We don't have a huge amount of food waste. However, I've also realised that actually we do at the same time. So ours went out yesterday, and I think there was like 3 bags in ours, probably over a 3-week period, maybe, roughly. Since we got it, I started using it. And sometimes it'll just be stuff that I wouldn't give to the dog. Tea bags, wouldn't give those to the dog. Onion peelings, wouldn't give those to the dog. I wouldn't normally give banana peelings to the dog, however, he did find one the other day and decided to help himself to it. So those types of things that I wouldn't normally give to the dog go in there. Yeah, can't see the problem with it, and it gets emptied every week. So actually it's better because it's not going stinking your black bin. My fear is though that my bin's upstairs in my office from when I do my packing, and the bin in Taylor's room and the bin in the bathroom, they're going to have a mixture of all sorts of stuff in, so they're still going to end up having to go in the black bin, unfortunately. But I do try and recycle as best as I can. So yeah, that's it guys. I am almost at work, like moments away. I want to say once again, thank you for listening, thanks for watching. Hope I've helped someone, hope I've helped you get through half an hour of your day. Just mumbling. Have a great day. It is Tuesday. If you work Monday to Friday, then you are officially on I bet there's no parking spaces for me. You are officially on a 3-day countdown now. You've done 2 mornings, and yeah, so enjoy, have a great day, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow. I hate that I've got all these I want to go in there. That's reverse. So yeah, this is recorded whilst I was doing it. Managed to get to school just for 9 o'clock, and obviously you do hit people still dropping their kids off. So yeah, that's it. But everyone have a great day. I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye bye.